Hello friends, welcome to my channel ELS English Literature Studies with Kaur Harpreet. Today I will discuss about what are the forms of English drama, origin of English drama and the development of English drama. These topics are already discussed. Link will be provided in the description box. If you are interested, you can check those videos also. Right, so let us start with today's topic, that is about forms of English drama. When we talk about drama is a remote form of literature, right? The early forms of drama include dancers wearing masks, portraying animal and human characters, right? All these things are discussed in detail in my previous video. I'm just briefing it to start my topic. Later on, speaking or chanting of sacred texts were learned by both the performance and the audience, and in simple words, these early plays were passed on by word of mouth, right? When we talk about the Middle Ages, in the Middle Ages, church services were conducted in Latin. These services were not which were written in Latin. These were not easy to understand for the layman. So, in order to make people understand beliefs about religion and churches, etc., priests, what was the action of the priests? They acted these small plays within the church, right? And mostly the actors were monks and priests only. As the time passed, drama increased its popularity and it came out of the church to the village or streets, right? And other than priests, now laymen also started participating in these dramas, and now the medium of language changed from Latin to English. Now my points to discuss is that what are the forms of English drama. The forms of English drama are the miracle plays, the mystery plays, the morality plays, and the interludes. All these four forms form a group of pre-Elizabethan plays, right? And all these have religious background. When we talk about all of these have, we can say all of these have religious background, right? As time passed, these plays were taken over by professional trade guilds. Now, these plays were performed in a series which came to be known as cycles. Now, what are these cycles are named as, we will also discuss, right? As I have told that as time passed, these plays were taken by professional trade guilds, and these guilds connected some similar plays into series, right? And these professional companies or trade guilds acted them all over England in the 13th, 14th and 15th century. Pre-Elizabethan plays were enacted in 13th, 14th and 15th century. But the supervision, we can say, the supervision of the church to a lesser or greater degree remained on them all through these centuries, right? Though they were performed out of the church, or the laymen also participated in it, but they were still under the vigilance of priests, right? Now let us start with, firstly we will start with miracle plays. When we talk about miracle plays, the early liturgical drama assumed the more developed form of mystery and miracle plays in the 14th century. In England, mystery and miracle plays are considered synonymous, right? But technically there is a difference between the two. When we talk about miracle plays consisted of the stories of saints, and these were written, we can say these were written in to honor the priest, and they are enacted, that is non-scriptural matter. It was partly religious, partly secular, and non-scriptural stories of saints. And at that time, drama moved from church to churchyard or the marketplace, right? And these plays, there are four cycles which are included in this: the Chester cycle, the Wakefield cycle, the Coventry cycle, and the New York cycle. First of all is the Chester cycle. Chester cycle consists of 25 plays, right? And these plays were more serious and didactic in nature than any other cycle. These plays were acted by trade companies of the city, and the days selected were Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, right? Second cycle I'm talking is the Wakefield cycle. It consists of 31 plays, and these plays are known as Wakefield plays because they were acted at Woodcook, which is near Wakefield, right? And the 5 plays in this cycle are identical with the plays in York cycle, right? Third is the Coventry cycle. Coventry cycle consists of 42 plays, and the complete cycle of these plays is preserved, which are said to be acted at Coventry on the festival of Corpus Christi, right? And they are it is believed that they are acted by Grey Friars and not by trade guilds. And these plays date back from the time of Henry VI, that is 1468. And these plays are famous for religious dramas. And the trading companies which acted miracle plays from early times up to 1580, when the performances were suppressed, and they again revived in 1584, right? Now the last cycle I will talk about is the New York cycle. This cycle consists of 48 plays, and these plays were performed by trade guilds from 14th to 16th century, right? These plays are performed in 14th, 15th, and 16th century. Each trade guild was to act a distinct play, and these plays also vary in meter and diction. Why they vary? So as to give a suitable expression to the character, and they were also reverent in tone, and they also dealt with different incidents in the life of Christ, right? The days of miracle plays, we're talking about miracle plays. The days of miracle plays were over when in 1591 last performance took place in Coventry, right? It is believed that Shakespeare may have witnessed these plays. When the miracle plays ceased to be acted, the regular drama came to be established by that time, right? Now my next topic is mystery plays. When we talk about mystery plays, these are based on Bible, and these deal with scriptural matter from the Bible, right? And both plays differ from early liturgical drama in their slightly more developed sense and better dialogue. Both plays, means mystery plays and miracle plays, both differ from early liturgical drama in their sense and in their better dialogue form. Each of these plays begin with the creation of the world and the fall of the man, and after dealing with such prophetic themes as the sacrifice of Isaac, then the exodus from Egypt, goes on to present the last scenes in the life of Christ, the crucifixion, the resurrection, and closes with the last judgment, right? Ends with the last judgment, right? And next is about morality plays and interludes, and I think I should stop here my topic, otherwise it will be very lengthy video. What is why let me discuss one more thing, why mystery plays are named as mystery plays, because of two reasons. Firstly, these plays are sequences of performances, and secondly, these plays were organized and funded and produced by guilds, which were also called mysteries in the Middle Ages, right? And when we talk about what are the common features and how miracle plays and mystery plays relate to each other, then we can say both plays, miracle plays and mystery plays, came about as a way to reenact Christian events such as Christmas and Easter. And these performances maintained Christian themes, and they showed struggle between man and the devil, based around the miracles of creation and the stories involving Jesus Christ's life, right? And these plays utilized extensive preps and became part of the cycle that took place in several installments for town peoples to view. So friends, I think I should stop my topic here. I will discuss morality plays are left, and then interludes I think I should discuss in my upcoming video, and I will also give you list of some miracle plays, mystery plays, interludes, etc., and some MCQs will also be discussed. So I hope you will like the content, and if you like it, please hit the like button, share and subscribe my channel, and if you're new to my channel, please hit the bell button so that you can get notifications for my upcoming videos. Thanks a lot for watching.